Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video still on the shed upgrades or shed build. Unfortunately, it has to be done for me to be able to work on these things, which are buried under all this mess at the moment. But I figure you guys may want to see what's going on in here, what I'm up to. So let's talk about that. Notice the white walls and the masking tape lying around there. I've actually got the laser level set up at the moment just to get all this masking tape in the right place. I went for a warmer white, what I thought was a warmer white, than just straight bright white, which is what the coupe actually is. When it's clean, it's a straight tint of white, and I thought if I have the same white on the walls, the coupe's just going to blend in and it's going to be terrible for videos. It's a bit hard to tell in this light. This is actually a warmer white. It's a snowdrop, I think it's called. But it looks like a hospital room with the all the white everywhere and the grey floor and ceiling. So I'm adding a little bit of colour, and I'm not sure what people are going to think of this. I'm not too fussed about that because I'm doing it for me, but it's going to be a little bit different. So I'll carry on with this, and I think you guys will work out pretty quick what I'm doing, but just follow along, see what happens. After way too much time with the laser level and the masking tape, I've now got, please excuse the mess, I've now got that stripe all the way around the shed. It's a bit interesting looking, but this is just step one. Keep that in mind. I've got some colour here, so we'll put this on and see how big a mistake I've made. So it's very yellow. It's not the same colour as what was on the card that I took up to the counter for the colour matching, but the paint on the wall is brighter than what it was when it was in the tray. On the camera it still looks bright in there, but I'm going to put that down to it's straight over. It's the first coat over the white. At least I really hope that's the case, because this is really bright. I was going for a more sort of a slightly burnt little orange tinge yellow, and that'll make sense as I get further into this. So it's 2 hours to paint over, and by the time I did all this, I've probably got an hour before I can go back to the start. But yeah, I'm really hoping that gets a little bit darker, but yeah. That's the second coat on. It has come up a little bit darker. It's still quite bright. I don't know if this really does it justice, but it's a little bit darker now that the white's not shining through so much, and I'm actually really liking it. It's about 10 o'clock at night. I've got the aircon 23 degrees going at each end. It's actually really nice in here. It feels like it's about 6 degrees outside. And, so that'll be it for painting for tonight. But while the paint's a little bit wet, the fun part. now Saturday morning. I was out here quite late last night doing all this, just having a bit of a clean up. The second coat has darkened a little bit, like I was hoping. Still a little bit bright, but I think the next couple of steps are going to change that a little bit. It's pretty bright outside, but yeah, I think it's just that itself has made a significant difference to the just the feel of the space. So as satisfying as it was peeling all that masking tape off last night, I've got to put it all back on again. So let's get on with that. Backing up, I've just finished putting on the second coat of the orange, which is Taubman's Rum Orange, if anyone's interested, and the yellow is Freedom Fighter, also Taubman's. The second coat has made it. Have a look here. It's a little bit patchy. I'm going to put a third coat on tomorrow, but it's come up really nice. The first one had me worried; it was really thin and watery. This has made a big difference. It's darkened up really nicely. It's a nice contrast to the yellow. I was kind of hoping the yellow would be a little bit darker, but it's coming up all right. I'm looking forward to seeing this tomorrow with these lines tidied up. So you may notice there's more masking going on. There's going to be another colour, and I think it's pretty easy to work out what the next colour is going to be. There is a bit of a theme behind this. I'll put up a couple of photos of things that have inspired me for this colour scheme. What it reminds me of, what I was thinking, what the ideas I had in my head when I came up with something to brighten this space and you know, add a bit of colour, liven it up a little bit. The other reason I've put this line halfway across the wall here is back to the white of the coupe versus the white on the wall. There's a slightly different white that I'm hoping, please excuse this, but when the third colour is there, when I'm doing video work and taking photos and that, the roof line of the coupe and most of the truck will be really defined against it, which is what I wanted, something to break up all the white. But yeah, I'm going to go to bed and Bunnings trip tomorrow morning to pick up some more supplies, more masking tape, and we'll get back into it. Back out in the shed, just finished putting the third coat of orange on, the Rum Orange, and probably won't show up in the camera, but all the thin patchiness is gone. I'm very happy with that. So now I've already started, as I said last night, I've already started taping up for the third colour. So I'll finish that, but first I'm going to take this masking tape off here. I'm a little bit nervous about that when I started taking off when I did the very first bit of taping. I don't know if you can see it up there. There's the tape started pulling a little bit of the white off, so I'm very nervous about what it's going to do to the yellow. So especially how it's been on there for a couple of days. So I'll set the camera up and I'll start pulling some tape off and we'll have a look. But I'm quite keen to see how this bit here comes up. taking the tape off after doing the third coat of the red. As I was hoping, same as the orange, the third coat took away a little patchiness and has thickened that up and darkened up quite nicely, so I'm very happy with that. But I'm also really happy with how this part came out. The curves and everything, I was a little bit worried about how that would look in the end, but I'm very pleased with that. I'm liking that. It's very bright, the whole lot's very bright. It's going to take a little bit getting used to, but by the time the shop fills up with all my cabinets and everything, it's going to change it a little bit. So the angle there, how the line zigzags up, that for a couple of reasons. A, I didn't want a straight line all the way around, just a straight border all the way around the workshop. I wanted a little bit of a change. I put it there because that's the bay that's directly opposite the PA door when you walk in, the small door. That's the first thing you see if you're looking straight ahead. And also, I don't know if you have noticed, but the power points, the outlets around the walls, they're all that height until that one, which is higher, and one on the opposite wall. These are where the workbenches are going to go. So I've put the line up so it goes over the workbenches when they're in place, so they don't get hidden by that, by everything on the floor. And that wall there, I'm hoping to put some gear on the floor there, some folder, a bead roller, and a couple other things, maybe a press. So yeah, that's the reason it's stepped up where it's stepped up. But I think it's quite a good addition, quite a neat addition. But yeah, it's very bright and happy. but I'm loving it so far. And now I've got to mask up for this black. Done. That's the stripe kit fitted to the shed. It's probably not to everyone's taste. It's a bit bright, but it's very heavily inspired by the stripes on the Sundowners and the 70s, early 70s Broncos, F100s, also the 70s Toyota TRD, or whatever it was called back then, the livery on the cars, race cars, and the big truck, as that picture showed. Yeah, but I'm really liking it. It's changed the space dramatically. I'm trying to avoid all the mess in the background here. This end of the shed behind me, I've sort of cleaned it up a little bit just for this, so you can get an idea of what's going on there. This part of the shed behind me here, where the benches are going to go, everything is just pushed up in the corners. It's a mess. It's my growing collection of welders over there, and everything's just pushed out of the way. But next up for the shed, I'm going to start on the shelves that go across the walls at the back, the big ones, the 21 or 2.1 meters off the floor, 2100 off the floor, and they're going to come 800 out from the wall and hung from the roof, so all my wheels and tires and big stuff can go on there. And then the benches in the corners, as I mentioned earlier, and all my racking. So there's still lots to come on the shed. The coupe, I've got a little bit to do on that just to pass time until that goes away for its headers and things. So I am so keen to cut that thing up some more, but I want to get into that real soon. So as soon as the coup's out, that truck is just chop chop. So yeah, thanks for hanging around for this one, guys. Hopefully it was a bit interesting, doing all this painting. Something different, definitely different, but a big project, and I'm really glad it's done. I'm really glad it's out of the way, and I'm really enjoying the result. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys again real soon. Cheers.